Well, good morning. Yes, he's back again and he's on the trains. So if you don't like the trains videos on the channel, you know what to do. Turn off now, I won't be offended. I'm at the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway at Wirksworth station for the Twin Peaks Diesel Gala. So this is a split diesel gala between Ecclesbourne Valley Railway and Peak Rail in Matlock and Rowsley. And there's a connecting bus service between the two. So there'll be a bit of footage from both railways throughout the day. On the front of this one here is a class 73. I won't be on that one. It's the only trouble with the split service is I'm going to miss a few of each on the lines because you just can't get them all in. But yeah, thought I'd film the first bit of the video, the intro, and at least show you the 73 plus some of the stuff around the yard. The interconnecting service is through two heritage buses, both AECs, a single decker and a double decker, a Regal and a Regent. So a bit of bus action, a bit of diesel action. Stay tuned. So we go, class 73001. It's what's called an electro diesel. It's got a very small diesel engine. It was mainly used for third rail services in the southern region. So it ran as an electric most of the time, but with a small diesel engine. So I think it's going to get something like a 650 horsepower, very small engine. Okay, so on the other platform we've got a class 47 D1842. I can't remember the tops number. I'll insert that. Yeah, then, seeing as we're on the car channel, about that. Nice little Riley elf there. It's nice, isn't it? E-Reg, what's that? 67? 1967, I think. May 1967. How about that? Lovely little Riley elf. Now I don't know what this is. It says it's a Marlin. Obviously a kit car based on something. I think years ago they used to use marinas for stuff like this, but I don't know what this is based on. Maybe if we check the registration, yeah, it says it's a Marlin Cabrio. If we check the registration we might find out the base model. I can tell you there's some Ford Escort Mark III indicator lights there. There you go. More cars than trains. Looking forward to a ride on this bus though. Okay, so this is the bus we're going to catch to Matlock to go on Peak Rail. This is an AEC Regal, and it spent most of its working life in Derbyshire Dales. It's a local bus. Can't remember what year it is. I'll insert the year. And obviously it's called Walter. What a beauty. There we go, Series 2A Land Rover there. No power steering. That's an amazingly short first gear. This is the thing, you see. You wait for one bus and then there's three all at once. I don't know if you can see the sign. It's a 1 in 8 descent. Obviously we're only going to have drum brakes on the front of this, so he's just in a very low gear, just letting the engine hold it back. Yeah, I don't think you can appreciate on the video how steep the hill is, really. Obviously 12% 1 in 8. So certainly making the engine work, holding the bus back. So we're just coming into Matlock Bath now, hoping somewhere along the route we'll pass the double-decker, and it looks, unfortunately, looking at the timetable, that we're not going to get a ride on that one. We'll end up coming back on this one, which is a shame, but it's just how the timetable's worked out, unfortunately. Alright, so there is the other bus. Made it to Matlock on this lovely thing. Just saying to the driver, it's a 4-speed non-synchro, 7 litre, I think he said. So yeah, it's a beast. But yeah, really like that. Right, so we've made it to Matlock. This is Peak Rail. It's also shared with the actual National Rail Service, so that's the mainline side over there. Got a Class 170 Turbo Star. And then this side here is the Heritage side. So our trains will come in from that way. Right, so we should have an 03 shunter coming in here. And then a 47 on the back. Right, so this is Darley Dale station. Going to cross over here and get the 25 back to Matlock. Well, hopefully the 25. And then when we get to Matlock, hopefully the 25 all the way to Rowsley. Class 25 just passing the 47 that we came in on. Right, so that's the 47 going off with the 03. That's going up to Rowsley now. and we're on the 25, just waiting for the crossing gates to open and we can go back to Matlock. So as a kid spotting trains, these were my favourite loco, class 25, although I don't remember them in green as a D number. I remember them in really dodgy blue towards the end of their life, really, when I was into trains as a kid. But yeah, I used to love these, affectionately known as rats because they were everywhere, and also people used to call them rattle wagons as well. But yeah, I like the 25s, especially this style. You can see with the larger centre window. The early 25s had a smaller window in the middle. And then when we get to Wirksworth again later, they've got a class 26 there today, and they were the Scottish variant of these, and they used to call them muck rats. So there you go. Guy in the middle of the road is just going to give us the token. That's so we're authorised to go on the single line to Matlock. So in case you didn't know, the token, you know, the thing that you just saw the guy have, that's a sort of safety measure to know that there'll only ever be one train on this section of track. If you haven't got the token, you can't proceed. Crude, but it works. Hopefully, we'll get 25 mile an hour. Driver of the 25 is far more entertaining than the driver of the 47 was. I think that was it for the speed. We're into a 10 mile an hour zone now, and then I think it drops to 5 as you're approaching Matlock. In case you weren't aware, the maximum permitted speed on any heritage railway is 25. Yeah, 5 mile an hour now. Right, so this is a novelty. The 25 stays on the back and pushes us. Obviously there's someone in the front carriage. You couldn't go in the front carriage. Yeah, so the 25 will push us with obviously radio assistance of someone in the front carriage just outside of this station to the river bridge just up here, Matlock Riverside. And then the 25 runs round and pulls us from there. There's obviously no run round facility in this platform. That's quite a novel thing, so I imagine we'll be limited to very slow speed coming out of here. There you go. Speaking to the young lad there in the white shirt that just blew the whistle, and he's seen me on YouTube before, and he's only 15, so it's a nice start to his preservation, you know, volunteering. The lad who's with him as well. He's only 24, but he's been coming here since he was 13. So there you go. I forget their names. I'm sure, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, lads, I'm sure one of them was called Dominic and one was called Jacob or something like that. But yeah, it's a novelty for me, this. You see the 25 is pushing us. See you later. You can just see the bus up there. Look, the other one that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to catch. See if I can film it from the other window. Yeah, so that one, the driver of the Regal was telling me it's exactly the same bus, just a double-decker version. That's an AEC Regent, same engine, same gearbox, same setup. Just unfortunate we won't get a run out on that. I might as well stay this side and film the run round, I guess, which is obviously going to be somewhere here. You can see this is Matlock Riverside coming up. I'll tell you what they've got to do, haven't they? They've got to clear the points with the 25 and then pull this back. Of course they have. Think it through, Rick. Yeah, they're going to pull this back now as a whole consist onto the other platform and then run round the other side. Indeed. Yeah, so there we go. The 25 will now come off the front of this, run round on the other side and continue the journey. Loads of old shunters there. So we're just coming back into Darley Dale now. We've got the 47 waiting to go back to Matlock. I think, don't quote me on it, I think the 44 should be on the back. And the reason why they call them peaks is because all the original class 44s were named after mountains and mountain ranges. So just departing Darley Dale now on the 25. You gotta love a small saucer. Why do people wave at trains? So we're just approaching Rowsley now. Hopefully we'll see a few more locos in the yard. Then we've only got about 10 minutes here. Then we're turning round and catching this same set back to Matlock. Then we're going back on the bus to Wirksworth for the afternoon on that railway. There's a class 50 over there, you can just see. Repulse 50030. They have got 50029 here as well. Renown, that'll be covered up somewhere. They've been here for 25 years to my knowledge. Class 37 310 there. British Steel Ravenscraig. And then we've got, is that a class 08? It's not going to give me a number for me to check. 08s and 09s look very similar, and there's no number on that one, so you'll have to forgive me that. So just departing Rowsley South now, taking the 25 all the way to Matlock, and then we're off back to Wirksworth on the Heritage bus. We'll now pick you up later on in the video, I guess. My lords, indeed. Bloody veg, they get everywhere, don't they? So we're just pulling back into Wirksworth now. I'm hoping that I'll just get a chance to film the double decker. Knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Just about missing it. If I'm really lucky, I should get this at the end of the road as it pulls off. It's about as good as I'm going to get, unless some traffic holds it up. Right, so as luck would have it, the buses are obviously parked up overnight, and we've managed to come down to see the one we couldn't get on. Obviously I've got a bit of footage of it driving off, but it's nice to actually see it up close. It's obviously an AEC Regent. Lovely. And then there's the one we went on. That's an AEC Regal. So it's the same bus, just that's the single decker, and the other one's the double decker.